turning the rolling fields into a sea of shimmering light. Ancient oaks stood like watchful guardians, their branches twisting into the sky. Mist clung to the riverbanks, carrying the faint scent of wild mint and Arin from the nearby mountains. It was a place where the ordinary world blurred into legend, where a single step off the beaten path might lead you to something extraordinary or dangerous. And that's exactly what Arin, a boy of 17 with a mop of uncooperative black hair, was hoping for. Arin wasn't the heroic type. He was clumsy, sarcastic, and perpetually late to everything, especially the morning chores his uncle demanded of him. But beneath his complaints lived a restless spark, a feeling that he was meant for more than hauling buckets of goat's milk and fixing fences. If destiny's out there, he muttered, tripping over a rock and face-planting into the mud, it better have a sense of humor. The town of Eryndor bustled that day with colors, smells, and noise. Vendors shouted about honeyed bread, roasted boar, and fabrics dyed with crushed berries. Musicians strummed lutes, while children darted through the crowd, laughing. Yet beneath the cheer, there was a strange tension. Every so often, people glanced nervously at the horizon, toward the distant black peaks of the Dreadspire Mountains. Rumors had spread of shadows moving there at night, of creatures with eyes like embers. Arin shrugged it off. Superstitions. But when he bumped into a cloaked figure in the crowd, he felt a shiver crawl down his spine. The figure's face was hidden beneath a hood, but a voice, low and gravelly, whispered, "The dawn is shattered, boy. The key is in your blood." Before Arin could respond, the figure vanished into the chaos of the market. Arin's day grew stranger still when he met Lyra, a sharp-tongued apprentice mage who could set fire to an apple by sneezing, and Bram, a towering farmhand whose strength was matched only by his fear of spiders. The three of them were unlikely friends. Arin, sarcastic, restless, secretly brave. Lyra, brilliant, fiery, often reckless with her spells. Bram, gentle giant, comic relief, terrified of anything smaller than his thumb. Their banter filled the air. Lyra, "Arin, if you trip one more time, I'll enchant your shoes to walk without you." Bram, "As long as those shoes don't step on a spider, we're fine." As dusk fell, the friends wandered near the edge of the forest. That's when the earth trembled. Subtle at first, then violent. Birds burst from the treetops. The river's calm surface rippled with unnatural waves. Then came the sound, a long, bone-deep howl that didn't belong to any beast they knew. From the tree line, something emerged. Its form was half shadow, half claw, like darkness had been given teeth. Red eyes burned through the fog. Arin froze. Lyra whispered an incantation. Bram squeaked louder than any mouse. The creature lunged. Arin, without thinking, raised his arm, and a burst of blue light erupted from his palm, striking the monster and sending it reeling back. His friends stared at him in shock. Arin stared at his own glowing hand, equally stunned. "Well," he breathed, "that wasn't on the chore list." The sun barely broke the horizon as Arin, Lyra, and Bram stepped beyond the borders of Eryndor. Trees stretched impossibly tall, their leaves whispering secrets to one another, and mist curled around the roots like restless spirits. The air smelled of damp earth and magic, a heady mix that made Arin sneeze uncontrollably. "Great," Arin muttered, waving away the mist. "I always wanted to smell like a swamp for my heroic debut." Lyra rolled her eyes but smirked. "Focus, Arin. This forest doesn't just play tricks. It eats the careless." Bram, carrying their meager supplies, flinched at every snapping twig.